sports system Franchise India is offering. So Franchise India is giving complete handholding, complete support to all our existing network, plus uh, any partner who is joining us, because this is a completely on the selection process, then we will give them a complete local sport. As I talk about local sports, so we have also invited today on panel our regional heads, cluster heads, who are working with all our IFC partners locally, hand holding them and getting all the meetings, joint meetings done with them, and then taking them to from first step to second step and third step, because we have a complete program, fundamentals and processes, when we help our IFC partners to grow. So if I can introduce you also with our management team today, we also have our cluster heads, regional heads, who are responsible for every region to grow with our IFC partners. So we have Shaktivel. If you can understand, I'll give you a little more on their background. So Mr. Shaktivel is in Chennai office. So he heads our Tamil Nadu and Kerala market along with Kapil. So what we do, we have our IFC network already in Chennai and Kerala. So they work with them. So Kapil is traveling to Kerala, and Shaktivel is also working with each IFC partner, inviting them to office, doing the joint meetings, and getting their business completely done. So we have Sanket, he has joined us from Ahmedabad office. Banu has joined us from Chandigarh. Rajveer has joined us from Mumbai. And we have Bimal also, he has joined us from Kolkata office. So Franchise India have got own infrastructure, largely in all metro cities, wherein we have got offices, and these all offices are available for our all IFC partners to have one-on-one meeting, to have our team members also jointly do the meetings. So before I invite our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, to talk about largely on the franchise in their journey, I would like to invite our Chairman, sir, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to welcome you all once again and set up the perspective to take it up further. Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining in. Over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends, and welcome to this Thursday evening webinar, which we call Independent Franchise Consultant. So what are we going to cover in this webinar? We're going to cover the overall opportunity in franchising, how the industry has performed over the years, not so much, not only globally, but especially for Indian market and Indian subcontinent. And we'll cover that in detail so that you understand how the industry is growing, what is happening in franchising, and why we are so excited at this stage that the market would perform phenomenally well over the next 5 years. So that we'll talk about. Then we'll get on to a little bit of a business model of independent franchise consultant. What is a business model, how it works? Because you understand the business model, you will not get confidence that you can do it or this would work, right? And we've been doing this for 27 years, but you need to understand deeply how the business model works. Then we'll talk about the financial model, how it can be a very financially rewarding career for you. Because there are many options anybody has when you start a new career or a new opportunity. You start, one, you enjoy it. Second, you want to make a good money out of it. And so we will talk about the business model and financial model so that you can understand the business and also the financial outcome which it can do for you. And finally, we understand, is it for you? Because it can be a great business, but not every business is for everyone. Everyone is not cut out to be a consultant. What do you see to become a great consultant? What kind of capabilities we bring in? What kind of support we provide you? This all is very important for you to make a judgment that is this business right for you? Would it fit your financial goal? And you will be able to do it. These are important questions. Any business you do, I believe people pass through these three things. One, they have a personal liking about the business they want to do. Second, it should meet their financial goals. Because if it doesn't match your financial goals, that is not for you. Third, it might fit in financial goals. It might be very exciting, but are you capable to get that done, right? These are three important questions we'll try to do in the journey of this webinar. And if you have any questions, please use the Q&A box. I see a few people have raised their hand. And if you want to ask a question, please use the Q&A box. Let's make it very interactive. And a lot of people have joined in. And we thank you for that. And we also have our teams across India, which reports out of Sanjay Bhatt. And Sonia is my colleague and also managing director of Franchise India. She leads the management. comes with a massive experience of 20 years in franchising. And especially, she is the one who's founded the franchise broking in this country. And so I'll let Sonia speak about Franchise India, franchising at large as industry, her journey in terms of what she's done and what she sees as what is going to be in franchising for over 5-10 years. And then I'll take over and I'll start talking about a little bit about opportunity, business model, financial model, and go to market. Over to you, Sonia.
Thanks. A very good evening, friends, to all of you. And just to add on, today our entire network of IFC partners is very, very spread across India and also in overseas markets. And in fact, I'm pleased to say that our community is becoming bigger, and larger number of markets in India and overseas are today represented by IFC partners who come with very rich experience working at different levels from mid to senior management, between 15 to 30 years of experience. So I'll talk a bit about Franchise India and what we have been doing. It is important to understand what capabilities, capacities the company has, and how as a potential partner, if we agree to come together, what value proposition we bring on the table. So at Franchise India, I would start by saying that we are not just shaping businesses, but we're also shaping the future of entrepreneurship with nearly 27 years of experience in the industry, which is franchise industry at large. We bring unparalleled experience to the table. We have been a dynamic force, which is a fully integrated franchise solution company, and in fact, the largest franchise development and the franchise distribution company in the world. So when I say we're the largest franchise development and distribution company, it means both in terms of the businesses we have sold in the market. And we have a tagline which says that nobody sells more business than Franchise India. And this is not only true in context of India, but globally, there is no company in the world which would have worked with so many entrepreneurs and businesses and sold their franchisees, dealerships, and distribution. And when I say the biggest distribution company, because of the spread that we have, which is uniform presence in 97 cities in India and 9 international markets, which includes markets like Saudi, markets like UAE, US, UK, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, Israel, Canada, Bangladesh. So all these markets, we also have our teams who actually work with companies and represent them and recruit their franchisees. In fact, we are the first company and the only company to have pioneered franchise brokerage and business brokerage. So at the group level, we are an integrated company. And now why it is also important to understand we need a bigger community than what we are today is also because today more and more people are buying businesses than ever before. There are more companies or brands which are expanding via franchising route or dealership route or distribution route than the situation was maybe 10 or 20 years back. So this space is only getting bigger than what it was a decade or a 2 decade or a 3 decade back. And so we have been developing our capacities, our distribution, so that we're able to stay ahead of the curve. And since we're also committed to entrepreneurship, we work with companies across all spectrum, all businesses, and also a larger spectrum of investors, which is franchisees, from a unit franchisee to a multi-unit to even family offices who look at even diversifying their businesses, or perhaps acquiring the master franchisee of any international brands. So over the last 2.5 odd decades, we not only sustained a leadership with a 90% market share, but also, this was a result of the continuous investment in our brand, our equity, and a very big value proposition that we bring to the franchise community at large. So we have 4 strong platforms which create enormous economies of scope and scale, and creating not only a big entry barrier for anyone to do what we do currently, but at the same time, it also offers a very compelling proposition to entire stakeholders in the community. So these are 4 platforms or entities, I would say, that becomes, in fact, that is the foundation of our business at large, where we run a very big media company providing a robust ecosystem that in fact amplifies the experience and connects the entire community of business buyers and sellers. And this community interacts and do business through transactions, and they meet through larger exhibitions that we do, about 120 larger franchise expos we do across India every year, and about 9 international exhibitions that we have planned in the year 2024, where about million investors come, more than 1,000 plus companies who come interact with these investors to find their potential partnership. We run a very big digital platform, which is franchiseindia.com. I'll request all of you, if you've not seen the website of the company, I can also type that up. About 17,000 companies are listed on the website of Franchise India. And of 100 people who buy business in India, but 90 people buy business by exploring opportunities on the website. In fact, today, even if you put on Google anything on franchising, there are all possibilities that the first 10, 15 searches which Google will give you will all give you on franchiseindia.com. Apart from our digital platform, we also run a very strong and respected, I would say, print media, where we are publishing 3 leading industry magazines, of which there is an international magazine called Entrepreneur, which is in fact the leading international magazine amongst the top 3 global magazines in the world. And Franchise India is their partner for India and Asia, and the other 2 publications being Franchising World and Retailer. So that's the strong ecosystem that we created so that we could, in fact, bring both stakeholders, which is a business buyer and the company or the brand, so together. Our second platform is built more for companies who want to expand, where we work with companies to make them franchise ready. And we have, again, a partnership with a company called Franco, which is, again, an American company. We are partners with Franco for the last 18 years. We have acquired them in India. This is a company from US. It is one of the oldest franchise consulting firm in the world, which has consulted companies like McDonald's, companies like Subway, companies like Hershey's. These are some of the names I'm sure you all have heard of. And we kind of take these names synonymous of franchising. So Francop is a consulting arm. We prepare these companies to get into franchising, from their business models to their legal agreements, to their SOPs, to their marketing communication. All is done by Francop. And then we also use our massive distribution, which is 97 city presence, to expand these brands through franchising. So on an average, our brokerage company sells almost about 10,000 franchisees every year, which is almost about 1,500 crores worth of gross transaction value that we raise from the market through these investments via franchising. Our third platform is built for investors who also take our services, where they need hand-holding, they need advisory, and they need education before they invest in business. So this is the investment platform where business buyers can explore a selection of businesses which are based on their fitment, which is backed by expert insights, a thorough analysis, and we also ensure a sound investment that aligns with their overall, life and business goals. So this is broadly, what our the company at large actually brings in. So what we're going to cover is now, how big the opportunity of franchising, what role and US partners can play. And I'll request maybe, if Gaurav can take up that. At the same time, friends, we want the session to be interactive. As many questions as you have, you may please ask. We will also have some questions that we would also like to put and have your answers on. But anyone who's already explored franchising, anyone who's done any business or company you work, we'll be happy to hear from all of you.
Thank you, Sonia. And just to summarize what Sonia said, we are the largest franchise development company in the world now, run in 9 countries and 97 cities in India. We have 5 brand names, which when you see communication coming from Franchise India, it comes from 5 different brand names. One is Franchise India, which started in 1999 in India. Then we have a company called Fran Global, which runs globally businesses out of Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Dubai, UK, US, and we just started a joint venture in Brazil for Latin America. Then we have third company called Francop. Francop is world's oldest consulting firm, which we acquired. It started in 1976, has given brands like McDonald's, Hilton Hotels, KFC, Hershey Chocolates, you name the brand. Globally, it has done that. Francop India also has done a lot of work. The biggest work we have done for a company called Reliance for Jio, which is a marquee project we did. Jio is #1 telecom provider in that. But we have on one side worked with larger players in FMCG like Amul, Mother Dairy, and likes of them, Unilever, Procter & Gamble. On other side, we work with automobile companies like Hyundai to Yamaha or likes of them. We work with almost all fashion brands, or all food and beverage brands, hospital group like Apollo, healthcare companies like Dr. Lal Path Labs and Metropolis and likes of them. So if you see our spectrum of services and the brands we carry, anything from FMCG to automobile, anything in between, we have covered that. Rather, I tell my team that we have covered anything which is consumed daily and anything which is consumed maybe 10 years or once in a lifetime. So which means that we were selling franchise for property, which you buy once in lifetime. We were selling franchise for mattresses, which you buy once in 10 years, and you buy automobile once in 3-4 years. You buy home products once in a year. You buy fashion, which is every 3 months, and you buy pharmacy maybe every week. So anything and everything you consume, there is a franchise model for that. And we are very proud that we have done this spectrum both India and globally. So let's understand what is the opportunity and why we are here, because it's very important that we can talk about we are the largest company, we are a great industry and so on and so forth. But when you want to enter the business, you need to see, are you a right time entry, late entrant? Is there enough opportunity for a lot of people to come in? What is that opportunity size? I am always excited about this thing called total addressable market, which we call the TAM. And valuation of any business in the world is done by total addressable market. Because if you have addressable market, then only you can demonstrate growth. So when I started business way back 27 years, I was a small business owner. And while I think still like small business owner, and I will always be like that because that's my foundation. And I understand small businesses, I understand micro businesses, I understand their pain points, their issues. As a small business owner, my biggest problem was, if I want to buy a new business or want to start a business, how can I do it? Even you ask yourself, you are attending this webinar because you are discovering an opportunity, right? If you have to find the right business for you, you are in so much isolation. You don't know what business to do, what business exists. You don't have even people around you who can guide you through. So people would do what I call the 3F. One is the friends, family, and fools. We follow them. We follow either the friends. They are doing something great, let me do it. Like everybody who said, look, I made money in crypto. So everybody wanted to go into crypto. Somebody says, I'm making money in the stock market. You don't understand stock market, you go and make an investment in stock market. That's why a lot of people fail, because they just follow somebody doing well in that. And we don't understand what is right for us. So if you are not a daily investor, you cannot monitor your stocks. If you are holding Paytm stock 5-7 days back, you have reduced your money by 30%, right? But people who knew what is going to happen have been following that, and they are much safer, and they've sold it out, and that's why stock went to this level. So always people who are not having knowledge in any business they want to get in, they fail, right? So when you just follow people because the other people are successful, and you just following, or you're following your internal gut, and I always wanted to start a cafe, I always wanted to start a restaurant, then also you fail because you have no learning towards it. So it used to pain me that if I want to buy a business, reading Economic Times or going to a business channel or any other thing is not giving me what, as a small business owner, if I have 50 lakh rupees with me and I want to invest, where should I go? So the problem which I saw was there was no platform. And then I had an opportunity to see a mature market like America, which is the $27 trillion, the largest entrepreneurial market in the world. And I saw that they exactly had the opposite. If you want to buy a business, you can go to a consultant, you can go to a show, you can see a magazine, you can do a lot of things which can enlighten you that what business you should do. And that really struck me that this is a billion-dollar idea. If I can create that same platform and do it in India, which is the largest population in the world now, the growing population, they're becoming more and more richer, and people want to be entrepreneur. Rather, everybody has a start your own business mindset. Even my colleagues who are there on the screen, they also would think about, and someday I would also have my own enterprise, right? So people think like that, and there's nothing wrong in this. So if somebody wanted to start a business, there was nobody in the year 1999 And fortunately, even we have come in the year 2024, there is nobody outside Franchise India. There is no company which can guide you when you want to start a business. And the demand is so high that every home has somebody who wants to start a business. It can be a graduate coming out of college. It can be a professional going every day to office and thinking that I want to start my business. It can be a couple who decides that one person would leave and one would start a business. It can be a seasoned entrepreneur who wants to start a business. I had a call with a very large builder. His daughter wants to start a business because she doesn't want to do a real estate business and she wants to buy some business. So from an amateur to an seasoned entrepreneur, anything in between, everybody wants to start a business. We are advising on one side public listed companies which are looking to diversify and find new businesses. We are working with again a public listed company which is a large restaurant company, and they're looking to acquire a global restaurant brand. So people are looking for opportunities, and we are the ones who connect opportunities to them. As simple as that. So we are super connectors. We connect opportunities to individuals and brands to investors, businesses to operators. This is what we do. This is what we have done last 27 years. And as Sonia said, nobody has sold more businesses than Franchise India. And we are very proud of that. And why this is so unique that when a country like India, if you open up a tea shop, also people copy you. Not that people would have not tried copy Franchise India or some copies would have been made, but nobody can reach to the quantum of work we have done because of the critical mass. Because today we run and operate in 97 cities. So brands prefer us because I give them distribution in 97 cities. Even the largest of the companies don't have the presence where they say inquiry is generated in Coimbatore. In next 30 minutes, somebody from Franchise India would be to investor's house or investor's home and say, I'm the one who representing the opportunity. So this network, which we have created in courtesy, and I thank my IFC partners who work so hard and have created these capabilities that today nobody in the country, no organization can ignore us if their goal is a successful franchise network. They would have to come to Franchise India. You might be the largest multinational. You will have to come to Franchise India if you want, your goal is deeper penetration in the market. So this makes us unique. But the second thing which also makes us even more exciting, and I always felt that we are a franchise focused but investor centric company. When I say investor centric, we have always committed towards our investors. Over the years, we have invested over 400 crores in just marketing and events across India. Every year, almost 25 events every month, and about 300 events every single year. We invest, we reach out to potential investors. And while our business is B2B, but we treat it as like B2C because I feel that anybody can be my client. It can be somebody who just, as I said, coming out of college or somebody who sees an entrepreneur. So we go and put a lot of marketing to get the potential investors coming to us. So we have these brands being aggregated. We have investors being aggregated. What we need is you. You come in as an independent franchise consultant and match make that. So what exactly happens when you become an independent franchise consultant? You represent these brands, which are over 500 mandated exclusive brands to you. These are set of multinationals, large corporations, mid-sized enterprises, and a lot of startups. All that portfolio you manage, and you're trained on that. Every day, Sonia launches one single new brand in the market. So phenomenal inventory comes in. Last 3 years, we would have launched over 600 odd companies new to the market. And we've overall done about 15,000 brands. So this inventory is very difficult to get. Even ask yourself, for you to aggregate just information of 500 brands, their business model, their financial model, their operating structure, their legal contracts, to just aggregate, even from Franchise India's booth, place to come in, it is impossible to do it. And here you are trained and you are licensed to represent all these 500 companies. The second good news is you get every month fresh, qualified leads where people say, I want to buy this brand. As simple as that. So we take you to that level, and then we train you how you can become an expert deal maker. So you will understand and work with these investors, understand where we're coming from, what is their risk appetite, what kind of business they're looking at, what kind of investment they can do, is it their own money or they're taking debt, and understand and bring the brands which would fit in closer to them. And that also we train you. We train you completely to understand how this transaction. This is our business model. And this business model is not limited to only new companies, new franchisees. It is also that you can acquire a running business which you want to sell, right? And you can also onboard a brand. So which means that you live in a particular city, and that city you find top 5 companies which you really want to bring in also on board, you can bring in. So as a platform, we do 3 things. One, we sell new franchise. Second, we resell businesses. Third, we also help company to scale their business through franchising. We bring brands on board. And friends, becomes a hugely rewarding business model. And now I will explain you the financial model, how we are paid. Say you sold a franchise for 30 lakh rupees, and that was just a coffee shop. Imagine you did a coffee shop. Our fees range from anything from a 35% to 40% of their franchise fees. If the franchise fees for say 10 lakh rupees, and they sold the business for 30 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees was interior and other things, maybe more, then your fee technically becomes 3.5 lakh rupees or 4 lakh rupees, which comes from the brand when you sell the franchise. Out of that, your fees, you will get almost 50% of that fee would come to you. It slabs, it starts from 40 to 70, but averagely I'm taking, if it comes 50%. So you make 2 lakh rupees from the brand side. The same investor which you have taken also gives you money. So that also say you made another lakh of rupee. So 2 lakh rupees from brand and lakh of rupee from an investor. And if you help him to get a real estate or property, then also you make money, which only remains with you. You don't have to share with us. So technically, what happens in a transaction like that small 30 lakh rupees, which you can still have a potential to make 3 lakh rupees on that. An average IFC partner can do 2 to 3 transactions easy every month, right? Not that everybody you get higher fee. Sometimes you have a lower fee. It can be as low as 50,000 to it can go as high as 25 lakh rupees or 30 lakh rupees, right? Or even more, because we have master franchise brands where your fees can be 50 lakh rupees. So it's a range of fee and depending on the portfolio. But I'm trying to explain, even if you were a moderate operator and you did 3 transactions a month or 2 transactions a month, you still make a very good, handsome fee. But if you are aggressive, you want to really do it, and you are a top consultant, you want to put yourself in market, spend about 150 to 200 days, you cannot imagine what you can do. You can really create a strong business model for yourself. So that's a financial model. But now, saying this, I have 150 IFC partners. Not everyone is equally successful. Some are phenomenally successful. Like we run a contest every month where you can go overseas. So like last quarter, they were in Baku. And before that, they were in Malaysia, I think. And before that, they were Sri Lanka and in Dubai and everywhere. Now the contest is running for another country, which happens in April. So
it was Vietnam.
It was Vietnam. So there is so much of contest which keep coming in. So my top performer IFC partners every quarter go international. Every quarter they make very, very handsome success fees. There are overriding incentives which also come from the brand which they win. There are a lot of gifts are being offered, from 4-wheeler cars to iPhones and likes, and then that also comes. So it becomes a very interesting, but it's only the winners who really perform. That's why I'm very keen that I don't want to have any IFC partner who's not putting time. I'm damn clear with my team. Don't bring in anybody. I can train people. I can make them best. I can top class, because we have done that 27 years and more than anybody in the world. So if we cannot train, nobody can train. But I cannot have somebody who's too busy in whatever they're doing and just on the side they want to do this business. That doesn't work for us. We don't want to do it. We want strong people who brings in their own knowledge, their own capabilities, they understand their market, and they're willing to put time. And people who are willing to put time, first month itself, they start making money because they're backed by the most experienced team. are the team which has sold more franchises than anybody else. And so, friends, it's a very important judgment. Before we go to the last part of my talk and then pass it on to Sanjay, I will like to ask one question to all of you, and you all have to must answer this question, because that's actually a starting point of our discussion. Because if Sonia and Sanjay have taken a lot of time to explain you what we do, how we do. Similarly, we want to understand about you. What brings you here? And what is your area of interest? What is your experience? So that is very important for us before becomes even a talking point. So give me answer on the Q&A box. Very simple 4 points. First, if you are a professional, write P. Just write P and write maybe your city. So we know you're a professional, you're working for a job, and you are working in this city. Okay. If you're a business owner, which means that you're running some form of business, write B, your city, and maybe the industry you're working on. So you can say, I'm in XYZ, I'm a retailer of this, I'm a franchisee of this company, or whatever that is. If you are a management consultant, which means that you're running some form of management consulting experience, it can be training, it can be consulting, it can be coaching, it can be any business advisory, right? MC. And if you are a career in a career change, which means that now you're not doing what you want to do, you're doing it, now you're doing something else, right? Just C. So P for professional, B for business owners, MC for management consultants, and C for career change. Just give me this answer quickly, and then we get started on understanding the business. And I will request my colleagues to also see who has written. Okay, everybody should write, because this shows that you are engaged in this webinar. Otherwise, a lot of people come to our webinars, thousands of people join, and we don't even call them back because we feel that they're not interested. They just joined because they were doing nothing else, and they jumped on the call. But if you are really serious, I want your answer on Q&A box, because this would tell me that you are available, and I'll take and welcome you also. So Mohan Raj, welcome Mohan. And please write, Mohan, your city also, because we will know which city you're coming for. And if you can elaborate a little more on your consulting experience, if you want to do that. Otherwise, when we talk to you, we will understand that. Then Mr. Rajput, welcome. He's from Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is a supermarket. What is happening in Ahmedabad, and our office also in Ahmedabad does extremely well. Whenever we do show in Gujarat, anywhere, last month we did in Baroda. Every month we do 2 or 3 shows in Gujarat, and it gets because it's a naturally entrepreneurial market. Nobody wants to do a job, so they all want to be part of some business, and micro businesses do extremely well. And there is a huge entrepreneurial capability in Gujarat, and I see this growing like this, and the city is going from all over, from large corporations to phenomenal investment schemes, industrial corridors. Everything is going on in Gujarat. It's going to be one of the big states to contribute in Indian economy. Then we have Mansi Goel Datta. She's been experienced in very good experience. Mansi, I will certainly like to have a discussion with you. Maybe Sanjay, you and Sonia and me can have a chat, because global brands is a experience. This is exactly what experience which we look at. Then we have Ranjit Desai. Sorry, I'm taking a little time because I want to understand you, where you're coming from, because that's more important. Because so Ranjit is a business owner for Pune. Ranjit, if you can elaborate what business you do. Then we have Mr. Kima, which is he's in career change, Mizoram, a very interesting state. We want to do a lot in Northeast. We have phenomenal response we get in Northeast. And Mizoram, I'm looking to do a show also, a good show. And Vivek is from, it's Madurai. Which place is this? You can, Anantham is, Shakti, you can see, this is Tamil Nadu?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It is
sir.
near to Madurai.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far from Madurai?
Around 35 to 40 kilometers, sir.
Oh, it's a circle town of Madurai. Okay. Okay, then we have Karthik from Chennai. Karthik, we have senior leader Saktivel and Kapil from our Chennai office. Again, a great market for us um, and great IFC partners. Then we have Mr. Rajput. He's not written, but he's written his project. He's already introduced himself up. And then we have uh, Mr. Augustine is also from Vellore. Very interesting, again, very interesting profile. We love to talk because this also fits in. Very interesting. If you're marketing and experience, you can really build a phenomenal business in that market. And we have Mr. Basu from Kolkata. And Basuji, if Bimal Agarwal is from Kolkata, he will talk to you and understand what your business is. We are in Sector 5. And uh, then we have Mr. Tapas, which is in career change. Welcome, Mr. Tapas. And it's actually a good time when you look at career change, you can think over, reflect yourself. Sometimes when you're running a business, you are riding a tiger. You just cannot get down. When you had taken the courage and taken out, and now you can choose what do you want to ride, right? And what is your best interest. It is sometimes great time. And Mr. Johnson is from Imphal. Again, Mr. Mohan Raj is from Chennai. And Mr. Hima is dedicated in healthcare professional business. We're doing a lot of work in healthcare, direct to home healthcare, training of healthcare. And we are also looking for skilling businesses in that Northeast market because skilling is a big opportunity. Mohan Raj again is 20 years experience. And I think Mr. Karthik uh, is in Chennai as a business owner and he's doing outsourcing. Then somebody is from Kohima, again, the market I want to really do. And there's somebody who's Mr. Basu, again, he's looking for educational consulting business for decade in Kolkata. And Arth is from Gujarat. And textile business, I like the emojis you put on textile. I never knew that in Zoom also you can do that. And then there is another person who's in the environmental sector in Pune. So welcome. It's a good bunch of people who are all joined in. Thank you. I took a little time, but I've always welcomed people because they've done, especially come down and spending time with us. So it's a courtesy to welcome. Sometime in webinar form, you cannot see face to face. And so it becomes more interesting if we take your name and at least there is some familiarity to who we are talking. So now my last part, and then I'll pass it on to Sanjay to run a presentation. It's a full presentation, how you start as an IFC, how can you grow in your career within IFC period, how you can start as an individual and become a firm owner and have employees working under you, or even have further IFCs under you if you want to take a larger region. So we can discuss that, and that's Sanjay's call to discuss that. But I'll tell you on go to market. So I'll split these two into two parts. One is which we will help you. What kind of capabilities we will give it to you that you can become a successful consultant. And second part is, do you have the basics in you to be successful? Okay. So let's start with the basics. Basics first is you need to have time. If you have 100 hours with you, which you creatively can spend and both on learning, meeting brands and meeting investors, attending events, then you will be very successful. This is very, very critical. Excuse me. Second, you need to be somebody who likes networking. You whenever you meet somebody, you go to. I just did in this Monday, I did my seminar in Central London. In Central London, I hosted a webinar, and whenever I do webinar, I get say 40 people. Out of that 40, 5 consultants would come, and 35 would be brands which want to scale their business and so on and so forth. And most of the time, my team would ask me that should we allow a consultant to come, and I always invite them because I know they're like me. They would connect me with so many other people, and which I want to connect. So this time I was doing there was a guy called Matthew. And I say, what do you, Matthew? And Matthew said, look, I represent a lot of child development brands. And here it is. I got this guy who would introduce me to 10 other child development brands. He champions the market of UK. I will take these brands into Middle East, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, where Matthew has no ability to do it. And honestly, I connect most with him. And I finished my webinar, I was talking to a few people, and I get his WhatsApp message and say, let's connect again. And I want to do this immediately. I want to bring all these companies to entirely. So if you are somebody like that, you have a strong capability to connect with people and you're a super connector, you can never fail in the business of consulting and deal making. Because deal makers are smart people. They know how to reach, whom to reach, and who would fit in, right? Third, you are a great learner. And I'm not saying that learning means you need to be somebody who's excited to learn, right? You're somebody who wants to know more about how a different business runs. When you talk to a F&B brand, it runs very differently to a fashion brand, to a salon brand, to a fitness brand, to a FMCG retail, to a healthcare, to education, to a technology company, to car rental company, so you see, and every business has different margin models, different structure. So if you are, while we're doing training every single day, but you are the son who's looking to invest that time in learning and making notes and doing everything, that's very, very important. Fourth, you are always engaged with your clients and you are extremely persistent. Persistence is very, very powerful in deal making. You don't know when deal happens, right? I was telling my team today, a new member was joined in. I say, make always two lists. One list is people you met or talked. You even have not onboarded them, but they're still in your connection, right? And second list, which we all do, is the people who have been onboarded, who you're working with. But never forget that people. Like he brought in a reseller who was running a small shawarma outlet. And I went on a call because I wanted to help this young guy who's joined in. And when I jumped on a call, I said, this is too small a business. I don't want to work on the transaction. I politely say no to that guy. So obviously call ended. And I gave the example, while I've said no, but it is not no, which means that if I get prospect who wants to buy a 20 lakh rupees running food business, I still have him. So I'm not losing this contact. So I've earned that contact and it'll always remain with me. And in the night, this guy wrote to me because I rejected him. I replied back to him and said, I'll come back to you. But at this stage, I cannot take you on board because it's too small asset for me. So we earn relationships every single day. I go back in the evening, in the night, and if I say I met few more people in this world, I feel that I've earned something. It's not about what I did in the day. It's about earning that potential relationship, which you need to commit to. And the day you understand the importance of this, you don't want to miss any meeting. You don't want to miss any opportunity. And I tell sometimes my young teams, they miss so much of that. They don't really value how we are in the social world. If we are not connecting, why even the richest man in the world wants to connect with everybody on Twitter, which is Elon Musk, because he is the smartest of all. That's why he's top there. He's connected with anybody who has an idea, they can reach him. Because at the top, you're the most hungry for ideas. You're the most hungry for what is next going to happen in the world, right? And sometimes I see people are just connecting with their friends, families, same people like each other, even on their social media. They're not even expanding their community, right? So this is another thing. And the last is that you are somebody who can do effective planning, because we work on planning our man-hours, planning our days, planning our weeks, planning our month. And I teach you on that. I teach you how you plan that your days and weeks and months are productive. You're able to match your incomes for your cash flows required in the business. So these are things which you need to possess or you need to work upon. What we're going to provide you? We're going to provide you leads. We're going to provide you opportunities. We're going to provide you complete support, which means that we will come on a call, including me, for having your closure, especially initial days, because you don't know how to open up calls, how to close calls. We will provide you infrastructure. You can use our offices. We will provide you our events. So we'll make you completely ready to step in the business world advisory business and be able to achieve phenomenal results in the market. And we also provide you a huge amount of training. I call the MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring, O stands for opportunities, S stands for sport, and T stands for training. T stands most critical. There is a 3-day training in Delhi, which is happening on 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's hosted by us. We will get your accommodation. We'll get your airport pickup. We'll make sure that you are with us. All your hospitality and everything is taken care. And given full 3 days training. Out of the 3 days, 2 days, I and Sonia lead that training and give you whole perspective of the company. And then after that 3 days, you will get into our morning meetings. The morning meetings, 8 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Then every day, 12 o'clock, there is a webinar, 1-hour webinar, which you learn a new business. So friends, this is the opportunity of becoming an independent franchise consultant. And now I'll let Sanjay start the presentation and give you the presentation. And I'll take your leave. And the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am having slots which my team would fill, where I will do a one-to-one discussion with only qualified people. And so next 3 days only, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have about 6-7 slots available for 30 minutes each. So if you want to book a slot, reach out to our teams today itself, and we can take those slots and put that appointments. And if you feel you want to pursue the opportunity in further and meeting me, you have questions and I'll have a lot of questions for you. And if you feel that there is a meaningful business we can do together, then we'll go ahead and book you in the next training. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time. And over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, we will take few slides today to give you some understanding about the franchising as we discuss what is franchising, and we will give you a little more on the offer, what we are offering, and how we are going to build it for. So first is franchising. So franchising is, as we discussed, a $4.7 trillion. Is my screen visible, Shakti?
Yes.
All right, great. So it's a $4.7 trillion industry. So franchising, every day we touch, everything is coming from Franchise India. The moment you see the consumption is growing, right from the milk in the morning, bakery products in the morning we consume is coming from the franchise company. So when consumption grows, franchising is growing. So that's how it's a humongous opportunity today, wherein everything is coming from a franchise, industry and franchise company. So if we talk about by sector wise, how franchising is look like, so sectors, today we touch every sector, right from the technology to maintenance to recreation to pet care to child, care businesses. And then you will also see there are a lot of new opportunities coming into the automobiles. We can see there's a EV segment now booming up. We have got charging stations coming up. These are all coming from franchise. So hotels like from JW Marriott to a small budget hotel to hospitals, which are completely driven by management, because these are our company owned, managed, company owned, company operated. Then they are also looking forward for FOCO model, wherein they raise the funds from the market, give them operation wise they manage. So it is managed by the company itself, or the hotels by themselves, or hostel owners by themselves, because these are our doctors. We cannot run in hostels, so that's what the management will remain with them, wherein fundraise would be happening from the franchise side. So it is invested by yourself, and then it is managed by the company itself. So see the services today. Service industry is very, very huge today, right from a gardener to plumber to anything and everything. Now you will see later on in the time to come, this all will be franchise. Pet care, it's again booming industry today. We have few brands into this offering opportunity, franchise opportunity in the pet care. There are a lot of pet lovers. they would love to do that. So there are few brands who are already offering this. Now there's a lot of new young companies who are building up this, and now further they want to enter into new markets. And what is the opportunity? How they will go to the new markets? How they're going to, open a new store in other market wherein they don't have that capability to drive. So that's what franchising comes in between, because what we look in. So if you'll see franchise, so how franchising, I'll take you a little more on that. So franchising would mean when you are looking forward for growth, so then you have to expand. If you have to expand, then there are two ways. One way is wherein you will burn in company money, company owned money. You put in a lot of money from your side and open your company owned stores or centers or your outlets, and then you will run. Now, if you talk about this first phase, first way of doing it, if suppose you have got funds, let's assume that you've been funded. Let's say you have taken 1 crore rupees a fund from outside to grow. Now, if your one outlet is asking for 20 lakh rupees, how many outlets you can open? And then you have to manage also yourself. It's very, very tough, very challenging to manage any business in different cities. Even Reliance does not do that. Even Tata now is not doing that. Even Bata is not doing that. So that is where franchising comes in. That's the second way of expansion would mean franchising, which is viable, sustainable, and scalable business model which we create for them, and then we go and finding out an investor who will invest. And money, if you see, there's a lot of investment goes in, your property also involved, your local knowledge also involved. These are all challenges when you're looking forward for a company-owned store or company-owned, any outlet to open in different markets. So franchising is the only viable way. So when you are going to franchising, then there is only one platform. We proudly say that Franchise India has created. This is the only platform which is out there for all these businesses to go through and get associated, so that we take these brands and businesses in different markets, even though we are going to maybe tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 serves, companies, locations as well, because Franchise India has grown up now business in 97 cities. And that is why when franchising is growing, Franchise India is also looking to increase our distribution network, which is already there, but still we are looking forward and growing further. In some cities, we have already 10 partners, 20 partners, 30 partners already with us, right? But we are looking forward for more to grow because the consumption is growing, brands are growing, businesses are growing. They are looking forward for new markets, and they have a lot of potential in terms of master opportunity, unit opportunity. If you open a master franchise, every master under them has got 30, 40 store opportunity. So if we work for one brand, even one brand, and you take them pan India, it's 2,000, 3,000 franchise opportunities which we can have. Even Amul has got 14,000 outlets today. So if you talk about any preschool, we have done many in this category. So EuroKid is the biggest one, around more than 2,000 schools we have opened for them. Kidsy. Then there are 50 or 60 odd schools also which we have open in different areas, and they're all looking for franchising. But there are a lot of new businesses, a lot of new business owners who are running with one school probably. Now they are looking forward to enter into new markets. So the question is how they will go, how they are going to new markets. They don't have that capability of opening franchisees in different markets. And even though they are not able to do it in locally in their own neighborhood as a cluster, they can't go national. So this is the only company which is out there helping all these businesses to take it their opportunity to different markets. That's what sector-wise we have grown, and there are new sectors also which are evolving, new categories also which are evolving, which were not earlier there. Now they are evolving, and they are also talking about now franchising. What we offer tablet. So T stands for technology. When you are on board, as Mr. Maria was talking about, that the procedure from here is that we will have a discussion, one-on-one discussion. Once we feel that you are and we are on the same page, we'll take the discussion forward, have a 10-15 minutes introduction call, selection call with our chairman. If at all we both go together, so then we'll onboard you and we'll invite you for 3 days training in our corporate office. And what we offer is CRM. We will create you a CRM. We'll give you access to CRM wherein all the database will be given. We will have your Franchise India domain web email address so that you can use the email, which is Franchise India domain, for your own daily communications with your brands, investors, and all mails will go through Franchise India domain. That becomes your identity as your Franchise India. A stands for infrastructure access. We are giving you complete access as we discussed. You are in Pune. Someone was saying Pune. We have a World Trade Center. We have company-owned office in Kharadi. So you can use our office. Our team is there. All meetings can be done. You can use my cabin there. You can be there and use full day working also. Whenever you want to come, you can have all your meetings in our offices, which are across India we have. So this is access to our infrastructure that you can do. You don't have to use your own office. You don't have to buy your own office. You don't have to create your own office. You can use our office. Otherwise, you can work from home also, or you can go for directly meetings. And we also travel whenever there's any event, whenever there is any meeting to be done. We travel also from other cities, from corporate office, from local office. We travel and do meetings with you. As we discuss about brands, so it's a 500 brand. It's a huge opportunity which Franchise India have gathered now, and we take new brands also on board. It's around 1100 brands. But the day you join, you come for the meeting training, we hand over you 500 brands which you can do. But it is not possible to drive 500 brands. You will have this list, but we'll create your brand portfolio after understanding your profile, understanding from which market you're coming in, what is your experience, what is your taste, what is your liking. We help you to build brands. So brand portfolio is very important. Then you can drive any brand. You have investor, we take investor also on board, and then we find out in franchise opportunities for that investor, whether it is there in this 500 list or not. If company is offering franchise, we'll get that opportunity for our investor because we get brokerage from both sides. Investor is paying us a brokerage fee and brand also paying us a brokerage fee. Leads, as far as is concerned, so Franchise India is a hub of leads. So we are generating 10,000 leads every day. 10,000 leads every day is coming to our webinars, to events, and every day we have this. So it's a huge database which we have. Investors database, there is no problem at all. So we'll give you minimum 50 leads, minimum guaranteed 50 investor leads every month. And when we build your brand portfolio, so for brands also, we drive a special campaign to generate special leads and filtered leads, which will be given to you who have applied for that brand with their all contact number. Once they apply, they have to register with us. So there's a mandatory areas wherein they have to give us number, name, location, and what is the investments bracket they are looking at, and category also they have to mention. Everything is mandatory. There's a star there, and they have to fill that form and then submit. Once this form is coming to us, it actually says what is your investment. If it is fitting in, we can take this. It is also showing us the category you are interested in. If you have that kind of a brand, and then we offer you that. And then there are a lot of investors who have their mindset clear. They know exactly what we have to buy, which brand we need to buy. We need to, understand, and they are directly applying for those brands. We have a hotline number, and they directly reach out to us on hotline number that I want to buy this franchise. So we will take that lead, and location wise, we are offering and providing to all our FC partners. We don't ask for any money for generating leads, for any promotion, or for any kind of marketing activities from our partners. We don't ask. There is not even a single penny our partner is paying for any marketing activity today. All done by Franchise India. E stands for events, which I am now talking about, that Franchise India is an event company. Every month there's a 20 to 25 events which we are doing. And these all events are for our IFC partners. Access is completely free. It's only your time. Rest all we do. So we organize this event. Then we invite our brands. We invite investors who are all paid. We don't give access to any investor who is coming for free, because there's a business, there's a very serious show which we are creating, the business meet which we are creating, and all these investors have to pay around 750 rupees, and then they come to the event. Then we do the matchmake. All our IFC partners are there, and as a consultant, because it's an advisory which we are giving, and we help them to understand their opportunity, understand their requirement, and then we match make. So we also take fee from this investors when we work with them, because we are putting in our lot of time. We all are consultants, we all are advisors. So our product is time. When we are giving our time to someone, we take them on board. So then we find out a franchise opportunity for them, because then the matchmaking start happening, which takes little time, sometimes 15 days, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3 months also, but we work with them hand in hand. T stands for training. As we discussed, there's a 3 days extensive in-depth training, which is knowledge-based in our corporate office. And it's a word from my side that whenever you come for the training program, after this even training program, after third day, when you are going to leave before that, you will absolutely give us a feedback that this is amazing training which we have got. Because the industry, franchise industry, which we are talking about, it is built by our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria. Because in the market, if you go, we call him business guru, franchise guru. And when you are getting this training out of these 2 3 days from him directly, then you'll also understand what kind of opportunity you have understood today, what kind of training you have done. And then you will go and build your structure and build yourself as a brand in your city. Because what we do is we are training you, we are giving you enough support, because your city, you represent as Franchise India. So for us, you become the brand Franchise India in your city. That's why we have a training module when we are talking about how to build yourself a brand. So that's also one of the part of the training. And then we are training you that, then we market you in that sense that you become Franchise India, and people in your city will like to work with you, because you are helping them. Whether it's a business owner, he want to expand, you will help them, you will get on board. If he is looking for any opportunity, you help to find an opportunity for him. If he is a business owner or a franchise owner, want to exit, want to sell his own business, you are only platform for him. So you become the one point contact for them from Franchise India. That's how we help throughout how to build yourself as a brand. That's very, very important aspect of our business. Next slide is saying that what is the proposed structure for becoming an IFC, and then how your growth will happen. Because we feel all the investors, and who is joining us is also investor, is taking our franchise, taking our brand, taking our business, and then you become the brand owner, and then you become my partner. So would mean you're also investors looking forward for some kind of opportunity, whichever opportunity you feel is fit in. And if this is a right opportunity for you, you join us as a franchisee, as a partner, or as a business partner. And if we feel that you are looking forward for some other opportunity with any kind of investment, we will start finding for you. Rather, our IFC partner, the lead will be passed on to him or her, and they will be locally work with you to find out a right opportunity. It can be any kind of investment, right from 5, 7, 10 lakh rupees to 10 crore, 20 crore, 500 crore, 1000 crore. So anything you are looking at, Franchise India can find out a right opportunity for you. So my proposed structure is saying that when you are on board with us, you become my IFC partner. It's a entry point wherein you become an IFC partner. That's a mandatory and compulsory to come as my IFC partner. And at IFC partner, there is some percentage which we share, which I'm talking about the next slide. What percentage you get at the entry point. And now, if you feel that all the partners are unique, someone is putting up more time, someone is putting less time, someone is full engagement in this, someone is putting 4 5 hours a day, someone is putting 7 hours a day. So what is there for each of the partner to grow faster if you are putting up more time? Because in every business there is an ROI. Every business has got its own ROI, return on investment. In our business, it is return on involvement. So more involved you are, more rewarding it will be for you. And return on intelligence, because intelligence are knowledge, which we have to increase every day, because we need to study every brand, every opportunity, what they are offering, and how we can communicate with our investor to match make, right? So that's how we feel that every partner is unique. If you are bringing in your full time, then how rewarding it can be for you. So you can set the benchmark and you can really look forward for a 5-6 lakh rupees a month is possible. You're looking for 10 lakh rupees a month is possible. You're looking for a lakh of 2 lakh rupees a month, it is possible. But since it is different from for every partner, so you have an opportunity to grow to the elite membership when you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue. So we have 12 months, one financial year, what we count. If you are growing and getting 15 lakh, in our business, many partners who join us in one particular month, next month they catch this position because they do one deal which gives 15 lakh rupees revenue to Franchise India. It is not your share. Let me again say it is not your share. It is Franchise India total revenue what you are getting in the name of Franchise India. If it is 15 lakh rupees revenue, or it is 15 deals. Deal would mean when we sell a one franchise to any investor, that will count as one deal. So you do 15 deals a year or 15 lakh rupees a year. So 1 year I'm talking about. So you become my elite member. How elite member is giving you, how percentage will increase is going to be watched in the next slide. And then when you hit 50 lakh rupees in the financial year, you become pro member. And then once you hit 1 crore, you become our IFC master. So this is what the growth ladder for our IFC partners is, that wherein we can easily say that in the first year only, you can grow, and then second year, third year, you can grow to the master level also in 2 years. So then you become a firm, right? You can get my bigger pie of the total revenue. So if you are talking about now payout structure, as I said, at joining, you can get 40% a share, and we get 60% share. Then at elite membership, you get 50% share, we get 50% share. So we are equal partners. So you get 50, we get 50. Pro level, you get 60%, and master level, you get 70%. But please understand, at even 70% level also, you don't have to invest even a single penny for lead generation, for any kind of promotion. Franchise India would still continue giving you all the support, whether it's just training, investor database, it is brand database, or anything you feel like is required is given by Franchise India. So what is the products we have? As we discussed earlier, we have two communities which we work. One side, we have investors, that is I. And other side, we are working with brands, that is B. So wherever you see I is investor, B stands for brands. So investors and brands, we matchmake in between. Franchise India is in between. So we matchmake both. So when we work with investor, we take them on board. We don't work for free. We take investor on board, that becomes IA, investor acquisition. When we service that investor, find out a franchise, whichever we feel that is a fitment, when we do the conversion, it becomes IS, investor servicing fee. So we charge both. First is onboarding, then service fees. Same way, brand. BD is business development, brand on board. When we are taking brand on board, it becomes BD. And when we service that brand, this becomes BS, brand service fees. So we charge both sides. So for example, if I talk about we work with investor looking forward for up to 20 lakh rupees investment, we take 25,000 rupees as IA fee. And we start servicing, then they have to compulsory, they have to pay us an IS fees of 50,000 again. So would mean that any investor who we service, we have to take 25 plus 50, minimum 75,000 rupees from the investor side. And when we are selling a brand to him, brand also have to pay us a success fees, which can be, if it is a low cost, it can be a lakh of rupee. And if it is going to 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, and if it is little bigger, it goes up to different level then. Accordingly, investor acquisition fees will also increase if investment goes up, which we will be 100% giving you one-on-one details about this investor acquisition. Then we can put up, our team would put up some examples. If you do 10 investors on board, how you are growing, how you are going to get the complete payout on this. But only in this case, which is brand on board, why we have put 20% in each case is that here it is only your reference. When you are giving us a reference, that you find out some brand, you find out some opportunity anywhere, you can pass on to us. You feel that yes, they are looking forward to start franchise, they want to sorry, they want to expand and they want to go to new markets, they have to build up their network, so they come to us. You give us reference, let all done by our team. We will all do first meeting, second meeting, sending proposals, presentations, and taking them on board, creating their business model, their collaterals, their all business brochures, standees, all this, we will make them ready, and then marketing, all we do, lead generation, lead management, and again, then last is closing, franchise closures. That's how when we come to the closure side, anyone who do the franchise closure or do a deal will get this BS amount. But what you get for giving us reference, if we take him on board, if deal is closed, we take 20% giving to you direct. Now, 20% of what? If we talk about brand on board, we have a 4 formats. We have 7.5 lakh, which is upfront onboarding fee plus GST. Then we have 15 lakh rupees plus, then we have 40 lakh, then we have 75 lakh. So anyone which we close, you get straight away 20% of that. Let's assume that we take on a startup level, which is small company, 7.5 lakh rupees onboarding fees to us. You get 20% of 7.5 lakh. Now let's assume that you do two brand onboarding into 1 month. So one, you hit 7.5. If it is a basic, I'm talking about the basic, 7.5 each, it becomes 15 lakh rupees. Now, when you hit 15 lakh, you become then next is elite membership because you hit 15 lakh. Here you get 20% of that 30 lakh rupees, which is, sorry, 15 lakh rupees, which becomes 3 lakh rupees will go to you. As far leads are concerned, leads will grow. Leads, we don't have any problem in this. Leads will grow at each level. Otherwise, also, we are giving you leads, which is absolutely, there is no point wherein you are saying that we don't have leads. So leads will be enough leads from our side, which will keep on growing each parameter. And also CRM access. Suppose you get CRM 1 ID first, then you get 2, 3, 4. And at master level, you can also have +3, would mean you have 3 friends or maybe 3 team members or family members who can join you as, again, team member, and more leads will come. This is all what we are offering here, but we can also one-on-one discuss, our teams will discuss with you what is your payout look like if you do this, if you do this. But these 3 products, please understand, these are the major 3 products. You get 40% straight away. So it comes somewhere around, if you do, suppose if this is coming to say 6 lakh rupees, you get straight away 40% of this. If this is coming again, some around maybe 2 brands onboarding is 15 lakh, you get 3 lakh rupees directly on this. So this is a very, very highly rewarding. That's one part of revenue. Second part of revenue is that brands which we work, we are also getting a lot of cash incentives from them for our IFC partners, which is direct, wherein there is no cut from franchise India side. It is 50,000 rupees each unit that will go directly to you. If it is, say, for example, someone is putting up as 5 lakh rupees, it is directly to you. And there are businesses wherein we have got 7 lakh also, which is fixed payout for our IFC partners direct. Somewhere we have got 5 lakh also, somewhere we have got a car also, and somewhere we have iPhones also. iPhone 15, that is only for my IFC partners. It's all done by Franchise India team to help our partners to grow further, get a lot of recognition and rewards and cash incentives. Third is, as we discussed, contest. These contests are every quarter, which is international contest, where recently we, in particular month of January, 25th to 30th, 6 days we were in Vietnam. Now, partners who qualified have gone to Vietnam. And there is another criteria wherein you do X, you will qualify, plus you do X plus 1, you also are qualified for 1 more person. You can take your spouse, you can take friend, you can take anybody along with you. There were 3 partners who have taken their spouse also because they have overachieved. There was some extra, you have done some extra, you also get benefit on that. So this is all happening every quarter. Now we have Jan, Feb, March. Now we are also having another quarter contest, which is again international. Anyone who can qualify in 1 month also, 1 deal also, It's very, very simple. Even in one deal also you can qualify and you're straight away there. Then we have a lot of options giving for our partners. We really want every partner rather to qualify, and that qualification is coming when you are new also. So in Vietnam, we had 3 partners who have just joined in 2 months before, right? That's also an opportunity. Even our team will also support you further to get into on that qualification level, and you are through them, and you being giving rewards there, awards there, and all recognition. But how it is going to take you to become our IFC partner as franchise India partner? There's one fee which is a license fees, 4.5 lakh rupees plus GST. That's a license fees only one time. Rest all done by Franchise India. 3 year will be the agreement part. You don't have to invest anything between, because you are taking our brand, you are taking our license. So this is a brand fee or license fees for Franchise India brand to take to drive, and you become the partner in Franchise India. It's the only fee. But in franchising, there's a law that wherever you go for any business you take as a franchisee, there's a franchise fees, brand fee you have to pay. Then there's a setup cost you have to pay. Then there's a products or stock which you have to pay. Then there's a rentals also you have to pay. So there's a lot of things, and then operationally there are a lot of challenges. In franchise India opportunity, it's a very, very lucrative, very, very low cost. Only one fee, which is 4.5 lakh rupees, because we are selling thousands of franchises, thousands of brands we have. Not even a single opportunity can be as lucrative, as low cost as franchise India opportunities. And you are also exposed to world of franchising, world of opportunities. And then you work with different categories, get a lot of relationships with the brand owners. You work with Tata also, you work with all startups also. That's a great opportunity wherein you are becoming franchise India brand, and all the investors are valuing you. All the brand owners who are working with us have a great value for all our IFC partners, because they are the growth partners for them. They are responsible for creating their network. That's why when you are bringing in franchisee, would mean you are doing a fundraise for them. So why they will not value? You are bringing in value for them. You are bringing in funds for them. That's what franchising would mean, fundraising. So that is why all brand owners will value you, take you to different occasions. Also, there are a lot of things which they do. They will also invite you to their functions, and they will also incentivize separately with a trip which is outside, which can be separately done for you or your family. As per, you work with brands, and they will prefer you to be part of that company, their franchise. So friends, thank you so much. We have taken a little more time today. It is up to 5 to 6 only, but I think this was a little more. I'm not, that's why, taking all the slides today, but our team members will have one-on-one meeting with you to take you through complete understanding on this. The next 3 days, we'll also have a joint meetings with our chairman for finalizing this. So if you are really there, looking forward, ask questions, and our team will take you through. Until the time, we are not having one-on-one discussions. You have given us a lot of time today. We really value that, and we, from all of us, a big thank you note to everyone for your time to join us today, this special webinar. And further, we'll look forward to one-on-one meeting with you. So thank you.